Today. A lot of people probably don't know this because they're not autistic history nerds like I am. But today is the United States Marine Corps' birthday. So, happy birthday, Marines! I hope you guys are all enjoying your crayons. I hope you've got lots and lots of crayons, and I hope they are delicious. I would have to say purple is probably the best. I don't know about you, but I think purple probably tastes pretty good. I wouldn't imagine it tastes like grapes, but it probably tastes better than like blue. Blue just seems pretty bland. So if you're a Marine, let me know what your favorite flavor crayon was. Otherwise, I just want to talk about the history of the Marine Corps and just some of the things that they've done over the past 250 years. 250 years of trying to get things pregnant, broken, or dead. I mean, they have a motto, and the motto is pregnant, broken, or dead. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but they're really good at those three things. If it's breakable, they're going to break it. If it's able to be pregnant, they're going to impregnate it. And if it's able to be dead, they're going to dead it. So, anyway, let's get into it. So, the Marine Corps formed in 1775 in a bar called the Tun Tavern in Philadelphia. Right off the rip, they started fucking shit up. In 1776, they raided Nassau down in, I think, Cuba. It was the first amphibious assault in U.S. history, because we had just started U.S.ing, I guess. I mean, hey, if you're going to be the first one to do it, I guess at least just be like, yeah, we did it first. We also did it like 3 minutes after we became a country, so you kind of can't beat us. So that was funny. That was fun. From 1801 to 1815, they fought the Barbary Wars. The Barbary Wars were the United States, Sweden, and Sicily fighting against Algiers, Tunis, Tripoli, and Morocco. They were fighting against the Barbary corsairs, accepting bribes and kind of allowing piracy and just kind of not cool behavior. And they were fucking with the boats because that's what pirates do. So I'll leave your imagination to what happened there. By 1898, the Marine Corps seized Guantanamo Bay from June 6th to June 10th. 5,000 Spanish troops fought 620 to 650 Marines, somewhere in there. I got conflicting numbers, and 300 Cubans. Yeah, it doesn't sound like it's at about 5,000 against 950 at best. It doesn't sound like it's going to go in their favor. Well, it did. 29 U.S. and Cubans were killed or wounded. 58 Spanish were killed. 150 were wounded, and 18 were captured. They set the bar early. We're going to fuck shit up, and you're going to like it. By the early 1930s, they began creating the Doctrine for Amphibious Warfare, something that they would get really good at in the next 10, 12 years. By World War II, the Marines had began the island hopping campaign, going back to that amphibious landing thing. From 1942 to 1945, they were across a handful of islands. Some of these these are like the big ones that everyone knows the Marine Corps for. You got Guadalcanal from 1942 to 1943. The United States and its allies, so this is not just the Marine Corps, this is everyone, suffered approximately 7,100 killed and about 7,800 wounded, and 4 captured. The Japanese really, don't fuck with our boats. The Japanese had 19,200 dead. 8,500 were killed in combat, 1,000 captured, and 10 evacuated. Some sources estimate the Japanese casualties at 24,000 killed, with an additional 9,000 dying from disease. So, yeah, it's possible that there was a lot more than that. So for 1943, they moved to Tarawara. The 2nd Marine Division led the assault on Tarawara. they experienced 3,100 casualties, about 3,200 actually, out of the roughly 12,000 people that assaulted. Um, 894 were killed in action. 84 uh, died later from their injuries. Of the 3,700 Japanese, only one officer and 16 enlisted men survived. So, you know, the Marine Corps wasn't fucking around. They took that from the shores of Montezuma to the halls of Tripoli very seriously, and they apparently had no problem fucking shit up. They are very good at it. They're very good at fucking shit up. And my brother, being an Air Force security forces officer, would tell you that they're really good at getting drunk and fighting. They like to do two things, well, three things, and it's get drunk, fuck, and fight. So it's a tradition, that's for sure. By 1944, the Marines had moved from Saipan to fuck. I knew I was going to struggle with this one. Tunisian. It's Tinian. Tinian. I think it's Tinian. Yeah. During the Battle of Saipan, the 2nd Marine Division suffered 5,000 wounded and 1,300 dead. The 4th Marine Division incurred 6,000 casualties at Saipan, including about 1,000 killed. The Battery of Tinian saw American casualties totaling 390-ish and about 1,800 wounded during the main combat phase, with an additional 63 killed and 177 wounded. The Japanese, however, didn't fare so hot between the two. Between the two islands. The Japanese suffered between 58-ish hundred dead and 400 captured, and approximately 4,000 civilians, Japanese civilians, died through suicide, combat, or they were just blatantly murdered by the Japanese troops. Like, they just didn't care. And I guess, I don't know if it was like we'd rather be dead than captured by the Americans, or if it was just like a fuck it, we're all going to die, so I'd rather be killed by my countrymen than someone else's. Not sure. Not sure what it was. In 1944, they moved to Peleliu, I think is how you say that. The 1st Marine Division sustained 6,500 casualties, including 1,200 killed and about 5,200 wounded and about 117 missing. Japanese suffered 12,000 dead with only 301 prisoners taken. I think you're starting to see a trend. Anywhere the Americans went, if we brought Marines with them, a lot of shit ended up dead. A lot of people didn't go home afterwards. And we're just in World War II. We're not even getting into the GWOT, where they were accused of war crimes because when they got I'm blanking on it. The ACOG, when they received the ACOG, they got so many headshots with the ACOG that they were accused of war crimes. This isn't even that yet. This is just like M1 Grands with iron sights. Like these guys are just like, this is Papaw's old wooden rifle. Imagine what happens in 60 years when they get, ARs and optics. I mean, holy shit! Like they just like killing shit. I really do. It's weird. I do want to point out too. During World War II, the Marines were so ruthless that they received the nickname of the Devil Dogs. So there's that. And at one point, I think they threatened to sue Call of Duty for using Devil Dogs, and so Call of Duty changed it to Demon Dogs, which was really hard for my dyslexic ass to remember which one was the original. But yeah, for some reason Call of Duty changed it from Devil dogs to demon dogs, because I don't know. I guess the Marine Corps takes their nickname very seriously. I would think that they'd have left that in because, like, that's great, like marketing. Like, who doesn't want to be a devil dog? Like, that sounds badass. Like if you walked up to me and you were like, "Hey, do you want to be a devil dog?" and I didn't know what that meant, I'd be like, "Yeah, probably. That sounds kind of cool." Or I might be like, "No, no, that sounds terrifying." Either way, I digress. By 1945, the Americans landed on Iwo Jima. Now, this is the iconic island that you're thinking of when we talk about Marines and World War II, the one where they're hoisting the flag, the monument to them hoisting the flag. Yeah, that one. The assault lasted 36 days. The total number of Americans who died, and that's including those who later died of their injuries, is approximately 6,800 to about 7,200. The Japanese forces started out with about 21,000 men. They lost between 17,800 to 18,400. Now, these are rough estimates. These aren't like direct numbers. Like, I have the direct numbers, but it's just a lot of numbers to say. So they have between 17,800 and 18,400 killed or missing in action, and only 216 captured alive. They were not playing around. Between the 50s to the 90s, the Marines, they kept busy. They took part in the Lin Chong landing, the Vietnam War, and they were deploying as a crisis response around the globe at this point. There wasn't too much going on. I mean, just really the big thing there was Vietnam, and I don't want to get into Vietnam because I think everybody knows Vietnam. 1991 is where we start to get a little more interesting as far as I'm concerned. We start to get more into the stuff that I like. I am a big autist for the global war on terror, hence my Mark 12 inspired build with the M16 stock and the 14.5 upper, the cobbled together. This is probably something that you would have seen running around in that time period. Maybe not with the optic setup I have, but definitely something similar to this would have been floating around. I like crazy whatever builds on my rifles. I also am a huge slut for clones, and I will build a Mark 12 clone one day. That would be super cool. This was not a thing in the 90s yet, I don't believe. So anyway, from 91, through 91, the Marines took part in Operation Desert Storm. This was the combat phase of the Persian Gulf War. They launched it on January 17th, 1991, following Iraq's invasion of Kuwait in August of 1990. The operation began with an air campaign. Bombing the shit out of them is what I believe the technical term is. Their objective was to destroy Iraq's air defenses. They wanted to break down communication networks. Anywhere that they were building weapons, they wanted to have that destroyed. They wanted to tear down the oil refineries and just kind of terrorize any infrastructure. Which, you do that when you carpet bomb a country for like a month. That kind of happens. The total U.S. casualties, this is across all branches, were during Desert Storm 299, comprising 148 hostile, which is like battle deaths, and 151 non-combat related deaths, or rather non-hostile deaths. So I guess like not like direct combat. Less than 300 people died on the U.S. side. The number of Iraqi military deaths, we don't know. It's estimated between 30,000 and 100,000, with 20,000 to 35,000 occurring during the ground war. Holy shit. If you want something dead, bring a Marine. Truffles, if you're watching this, when shit goes sideways, you're coming with me, boy. I ain't playing around. They also fought in Enduring Freedom in Afghanistan from '01 to 2021, Iraqi Freedom from '03 to 11, and this is Iraqi Freedom is where the uh, Battle of Fallujah takes place. And I think that's one of the more notorious battles for the Marines. I personally know a Marine that was in the Battle of Fallujah. If you're watching, hi, Mike. Um, I think Fallujah was like the most notorious, like the biggest thing the Marines did in like recent history. Like it's the one that everyone knows, like somebody. I think everybody knows somebody who was in Fallujah or like it was kind of a big fucking deal, right? So the Battle of Fallujah was actually split up. There's two separate battles. There's the first battle and the second battle of Fallujah. So the first battle of Fallujah was codenamed Operation Vigilant Resolve. It launched on April 4th of 2004, lasted until May 1st of 2004. It was in response to four Blackwater contractors being murdered. I believe these were the guys that were hung from the bridge. If you don't know about that, I might make a video on that. But to make a long story short, so Blackwater's a private military contractor, and four of their guys were murdered and hung from bridges, kind of to make a point that we don't want Americans here. And that kind of backfired because they got a lot more Americans here. The second Battle of Fallujah, which was originally codenamed Operation Phantom Fury, and it was later renamed to Operation Al Fajr, began on November 7th of 2024 and lasted until December 23rd of 2024. It was described as the most intensive urban combat U.S. forces had engaged in since the Battle of Hue City during the Vietnam War, which was a major battle during the Tet Offensive, which was kind of like, that was the big one for Vietnam. So, this was the big one for this was the most recent big one from when from the global war on terror. This was like the big one for the GY. The battle resulted in around 110 coalition deaths, over 600 wounded, and an estimated 2,000 to 3,000 insurgents killed or captured. Again, bring a Marine if you want things dead. They're really good at doing the dead. I don't know why they are so angry, but they are just some angry boys that just want to stack bodies, and God bless them for it, I mean, and all jokes aside, whether you call these guys leathernecks or jarheads or crayon eaters or devil dogs, I would so much rather call a Marine a friend than an enemy. As long as I can call them a friend, I think we'll be all right. I think that the Marine Corps has done. I think the Marine Corps has been the kind of the little brother of the military, and they've got something to prove. And boy, do they prove it! When you look at the history of the Marine Corps over the past 250 years, and I mean, this is just a quick glimpse of, this was just a quick into ChatGPT. Hey, what are some of the big things the Marine Corps has done in the past 250 years? And this was just a quick search on these events, and what was this quick search? Just holy shit, these guys meant business. And then the next, holy shit, these guys meant business. Every one of them. Every time I looked it up, I was like, okay, but maybe this one didn't go quite in their favor. It's no, it went quite in their favor. They enjoy a good killing, and I will give them that. I think that the Marine Corps is a net good, at least for America, because nobody wants to fuck with those guys. And I mean, the Germans were so afraid of them that they nicknamed them devil dogs. So, what does that tell you? I mean, these guys were just, since their inception, before America was a thing, they were formed in a bar. They have a history of getting drunk, killing shit, fucking every woman that walks, and breaking things that shouldn't be broken. And they have held to that very, very well. And I am proud to say that I'm an American and I am backed by those guys because you know I want the guys the Nazis were so afraid of. They were like, I don't want to fight those dudes. They gave them a scary ass nickname, and the Marines were like, yeah, that's us. We like it. It's been an interesting 250 years with these guys. I mean, they have been an absolute menace in the best way, and I think that's part of the American tradition, just being an absolute menace in the best way. It's something we've been really good at. It's something we've done, and it's not just the Marine Corps, but because it's the Marine Corps' birthday, we'll tell you it's just the Marine Corps, so you feel special, Marines. I mean, you guys are special, just in a different way, but we'll let you feel special on your big day. I'm sure my nephew right now, if he's not working, is getting completely shit faced because, yeah, if he is doing anything right now, it's probably getting hammered, and as he should. So Truffles, if you're watching this, if you happen to see this pop up, I hope you drink far too much, and I hope they make you run an excessive amount in the morning, and I hope you barf everywhere because that would be hilarious. I really do hope that they just break you guys for getting shit wrecked because I know it's going to happen. Everyone knows military branches love to celebrate their birthdays, and how do they celebrate them? Copious amounts of alcohol. So, I hope you guys are getting hammered right now, not thinking about the consequences in the morning, and I hope that you guys run excessively too far until everybody barfs everywhere, because that's what I would do if I was in charge. With that being said, I think I'll leave it there. Sorry it was a shorter one. There's no news to talk about. There is news, but I didn't want to do news. I wanted to keep this its own thing. I wanted to keep it a special thing for the. It should be a holiday, shouldn't it? I would think so. Anyway, I just wanted to keep it special for what it is today, and I hope you enjoyed. Any Marines watching, I hope you guys were pleased with it. If you weren't, let me know, and I will make fixes. Whatever. I definitely don't want to be disrespectful to the Marine Corps. Not that I think they're gonna come break my house and murder me. Just that it's an important piece of American history, and I don't want to. I never want to misconstrue American history or get things wrong intentionally. Anything that I got wrong, it was more the result of I put this together in an hour. So, um, if I got anything wrong, I apologize. Let me know, and I'll issue corrections. I have no problem doing that. Email or drop a comment or send me a message on Instagram, and if I see it, I will make corrections. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed. Any Marines watching, I hope you guys feel that I did you a service. I hope that you guys feel that I did an honor to your cult. You guys are fucking nuts. Anyway, that's all I got. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.